Yeah, f***ing ready, born ready. Hey, how's it going? It's Tommy G here from Tide 55 and welcome to our brand new content show, The Marketing Wave. Now, The Marketing Wave is all about helping you, the business owner, with what's working and what's not working within digital marketing. Now, the reason why we can talk about this is as an agency, we're doing this all of the time with our clients and we get to see a lot of different industries and we get to come across a lot of different problems that we aim to solve with our marketing. And so we can relay some of our best practices and best findings to you in this video. Now, if you've been following my little new company vlogs over the last 2 or 3 months, then this is kind of the evolution of that. We're going to be more practical now. We're going to give you more structure, more strategy, and ultimately more value. So let's get started with a very simple 1, 2, 3 breakdown. 1, you're here and investing your time watching this video. So I want to make sure that it brings you the most amount of return for that time and therefore value. 2, you're a business owner and you want to have a more, maybe less stressful, more enjoyable experience with running your business and you care about getting results and increasing your revenue, hence why marketing is something that's on your radar. And 3, at the end of this video, I'm going to ask you a question. We're going to call this the big splash, right? You get the theme? And with that question, here's what you need to do. You need to answer it in the comments. And I'm very much aware because I've been around the block with making videos and content and channels for about 12 years now that we may only get 1 or 2 comments, but I don't mind. I'm not precious about that. All I ask is if you're watching this, that you make sure that you are one of those humans that makes the effort to reciprocate my energy and answer the question in the comments. So today's content is about the two-pronged approach to digital marketing. Now, this kind of is like digital marketing 101. So forgive me if you do know a lot of this, but it's always good to recap and go over things that you've learned before to make sure that you're doing them and actually applying these to your business right now. And for anyone who maybe is new to, say, Facebook ads or running SEO or AdWords, then this is going to be a massive jumpstart for you so that you know what it is that you should be doing and have that on your radar. So the two-pronged approach is A, you've got to be present with search engine searches so that when people type in the thing that you do, that you are somebody who shows up in the listing, preferably nearer to the top so they don't have to scroll through all your competitors, right? And you achieve that through SEO and through AdWords. But this type of psychology is very important because when somebody wants a plumber and they live in Ipswich, or they want a carpenter and they live in Suffolk, or they want to go shopping somewhere and they live in Devon and they're looking for nice little shops to visit while they're on holiday, then they are going to Google that or they're going to Bing search that. And that's a very specific psychology. So you have to be there to be in the game, right? You've got to be present in that listing. Your services need to show up. And if you are someone who, like the examples I just gave, works on location, right? So they're looking for a specific service in a location, then that's even more important. And you should be investing some of your budget and time to make sure that your website is fully optimized for SEO on a monthly basis, and that you're running some kind of AdWord, Google Ads campaign, Google strategy to make sure that you are rising in the listings. It's a competitive marketplace out there, but this type of marketing is where you need to put your priorities because things like print and billboards and magazines and those kind of old school types of marketing, they aren't as powerful as this. When somebody visits a town, they don't go, hey, where's the Hampshire Chronicle? Give me a copy of the Hampshire Chronicle right now. And other magazines are available, by the way. And they don't look and go, oh, where am I going to go shopping today? They go on to a search on their phone and they type those words in. And if you're not showing up, then your competitors are. And where are they going to go? Where are they going to spend their money? So that's the first thing. And just as a general psychology, being able to show up when people look for you is a pretty good practice. And the second way that we approach this two-pronged approach is to show up when they're not expecting you. Not like that friend who comes around, knocks on the door and says, hey, I'm here and I'm here for a cup of tea. Not like that, but like in a, hey, were you thinking about getting a new patio? Because we've got some great deals at the moment, and should you be in the game for getting a new patio, we've got some pretty good reviews here. And, you know, we've got a great range of patios to choose from. And we can actually come over and measure your garden to see what we could do to actually help you get this new patio. That type of advertising is very powerful right now. We can achieve that through Facebook ads. You cannot beat Facebook ads for this right now. Not only is it the most cost effective, but it's the most accurate in terms of what we can actually achieve and who we can get in front of. Now, commonly from a behavioral point of view, because at Tide 55, you know, I still have 12 years of experience working with human behavior and psychology. So we bring that into our advertising game. The opportunity is there to show up when people are like in the queue for their coffee and they're waiting and they're on their phone, or like they're on the toilet. Like, what do? We get our phone out, we're looking on social media, or they're there in bed and they've had a long day and they're thinking about all the things they want to do with their house and their garden and all the things that they want in their life, and boom, and there it is. Or maybe like they're sat down and they've got like a 5-minute window and they just get their phone out. Like, people are on their phones all the time. Look in the street and you will see people walking on their phones. Even at traffic lights, you will see people looking at their phones. They're not looking at the billboards, they're looking at their phones. And so if we can be there, if your company, your brand can be there on their phones, reminding them of this thing that they might want to do or that they might like, then it's more likely that they're going to engage with you. And the cool thing about Facebook ads and how they work is that they don't actually have to just literally go and get their credit card out and buy something for you to start nurturing their relationship and have a record of that. Just by watching the video, they can enter what's called a warm audience, which you could market to over time, so that when they're ready and when they trust you and they like you enough, there you are, ready for when they need that new patio, or when they need that new computer, or when they need that new phone, or when they need that new professional service that you provide. You know, the world really is your oyster. I love that saying, and it really is true with Facebook ads. So that's the two-pronged approach. 1, be there when people are searching for you, and 2, be there when they're not searching for you, but they want you, so that you remind them of what you do and that they are the ones you build a relationship with through a nurtured process of content that goes out and is part of a Facebook ad strategy. Doing that right now in 2020 is a hugely valuable and powerful strategy, and it's something that not all of your competitors are doing, but they will eventually, because this is the way now. It's just changed. You know, the lockdown, the virus, the pandemic has changed how we buy things dramatically. And if you're not doing this, you kind of need to get a move on and start doing it. It's very, very important. And hey, if you need a bit of help with it, you've seen what we're about in this video, we would love to be able to see what we can do to help you. Send me a message. I'm sure that we can do something. So thanks for watching this video, the first episode of the Marketing Wave. And we've talked about the two-pronged approach, which is our philosophy here at Tide 55. And it's exactly what you need to be doing, because if your competitors aren't already taking this approach, they will be very, very soon. And the sooner you can show up in searches, at the top of the searches, but also when people aren't actually looking for you, but they still want you, showing up on their phone through Facebook ads and other means of social media advertising is the way forwards. The pandemic sped everything up by like at least 5 years. So the behavior patterns have changed. People are buying all kinds of things online. My father-in-law bought some houseplants online during lockdown, and I asked him about it because I like to research this human behavior. And I said, no, what the heck? You bought these online? He was like, yes, it was the best thing ever. I just chose my plants, I paid for them, and then they arrived. I didn't need to leave the house. Now, obviously he couldn't, but that's not the point. He will never change that now. It's very hard. Once you've seen something beautiful, it's hard to unsee it. And he's had that positive experience now with buying that particular thing online. He's unlikely to change that behavior habit. And that's the same for a lot of the things that you do and your competitors do too. So be there. This is a call to the race. Come on, come and get involved. And if you need any help with it, do reach out and ask. So that leads me to the last part of this video, which is, of course, the big splash. The big splash, which might be a little trickle to begin with. It depends on whether you comment or not. I'm really counting on you to comment, by the way. Is a question that I'm going to ask you, which I'd love to know your opinion on. Okay, so my big splash question for this very first videos, very first episode is this. What is the last thing that you bought online? Search your Amazon, search your eBay. What was the last thing that you bought online? And drop it in the comments. It'd be really fascinating to see what that is. See whether it was something really practical, like some household appliances or some like cleaning products or something like that, or whether it was something a little luxurious, whether you treated yourself, maybe some jewelry or some clothes, some shoes perhaps. But let me know, because from someone who runs an agency and is really into and gets very excited about behavior and consumer trends, I would love to know, as many of you as possible, what the last thing is that you bought online. Let's see what it is in the comments, and I will look forward to engaging with you right there in those comment boxes. Until I see you next time, thanks for watching. This has been episode 1 of the Marketing Wave. Wave. That was but that was the first time I've ever done that. Wave. What's that?
Okay.
Or should I do it all again?
Do it all again.
I'll do it all again.
Just because there might be a bit where it
Yeah,
can't
be
really cut in and
chunky.
be clean, and then just
Sweet. I'll do it again. This is going to be the one. This is the one. This is far too many takes.